If you have used ChatGPT and thought, this is cool, but it still needs me to babysit it, well, you're not wrong. Most of us still nudge, correct, and copy paste around its answers. Helpful? Yes. Liberating? Not yet. The next leap in AI isn't just a smarter chatbot. It's AI agents that can plan, use tools, and improve their own work without you holding the hand. And picture the difference between an assistant who waits for the instructions and a proactive teammate who understands the goal, chooses the steps, and brings you a polished result with receipts. Well, that's the shift that we are about to unpack. So quick hello, welcome to NIIT's YouTube official channel where we turn buzzwords into skills that you can actually use at work. And everything here is hands-on, jargon-light, and focused on what moves your career forward. And if that sounds like your vibe, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss on what we build next. So in plain English today, I'll show you what an AI agent really is and how it's different from an AI workflow and when to use each. By the end, you'll know how to spot hype versus reality and how to put agents to work for you. Quick, simple, practical, so let's do it. Now, you might have heard scary sounding terms like RAG, LangChain, or React. So what are these complicated words? Honestly, they are just labels for simple ideas. RAG means to look things up before answering, like pull from your documents, knowledge bases, or the web, so the response is grounded. And LangChain? It is a toolkit for connecting models to tools and data. Think connectors, memory, and chaining steps. And the React stands for reason plus act. First plan, then do, and then check results. So we'll naturally touch all three as we move from chatbots to workflows to real agents. No fire hose, no PhD required, and everything's cool. So here's our 3-level path. We have level 1s, that is LLMs. What exactly LLMs are is what chatbots do best. Our level 2 is AI workflow, which is automation with steps and tools. Level 3 is AI agents, systems that can reason, act, and iterate. And we'll climb this ladder so the jump goes to agents actually makes sense. So let's start with level 1, LLMs or large language models. Think ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and apps built on top of LLMs. Well, they are brilliant at language, drafting emails, rewriting text, summarizing documents, translating, brainstorming, explaining code, well, you name it. And here's the mental picture. You provide an input, which is basically your prompt, then the model returns an output, that is text based on patterns it learned during training. And ask it, like write a friendly email to set up a coffee chat. And it nails the tone. Ask it, when is my next coffee chat? And it probably fails. Why? 2 reasons. First, it doesn't know your private information, calendar, internal documents, or files unless you connect tools to give it access. And second, an LLM is passive. It waits for you to ask something and then responds. It doesn't proactively take action on its own. And these 2 traits matter for everything that follows. Now our level 2 is AI workflows, and this is where we add steps and tools so the model can fetch information before it answers. So for example, whenever I ask about a personal event, like first check my Google Calendar and then reply. Now when I ask, when's my coffee chat with, let's say, Elon Husky, the workflow checks my calendar and answers correctly. Yeah, but if I follow up with what's the weather on that particular day, it will fail because our workflow only checked the calendar and not the weather service. And that's the heart of workflows. They follow a human design path, also called control logic. So we can expand the path. For instance, step 1 could be check calendar, step 2 could be call a weather API, and step 3 could be use text to speech to read the answer aloud, and it could be 3 steps or 300. But it's still a workflow if you design the route and you decide the branches. And quick jargon decoder, you'll hear a lot, RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Before answering, you go look things up in places I care about. Your calendar, your wiki, a knowledge base, the web. RAG is one kind of workflow. And its mini case, well, imagine a workflow that saves links to news in a Google Sheet and summarizes them with real-time tools, drafts LinkedIn and Instagram posts with an LLM and runs every day at 8 a.m. Now that's powerful automation. But if the tone isn't right, you go back, tweak the prompt, and run it all over again. Now, iteration is still human driven. So, when does this become an AI agent? So, now we'll discuss our level 3, that is AI agent. So, here's the single most importantly line in this video. A workflow becomes an AI agent when the LLM, not the human, does the deciding. For instance, keep the same goal. Create social posts for timely news. So, with an agent, 3 things will change. Number 1 is reason. So the agent plans the approach. So like, where should I gather news? Should I collect links or full text? Which tool does the user already use? Sheets, Notion, Drive. Number 2, act. The agent uses tools on its own. It collects links, fetches content, drafts posts, and chooses connected services intelligently. And number 3, it iterates. The agent improves without being asked every time. Version 1 is done. I'll self-critique using best practices, fix the hook and the structure, and repeat until the quality criteria are met. That loop, reason, act, iterate is what makes a system agentic. And you might also hear react. Again, what is react? It's reason plus act. Because real agents need to think and do, and not just chat. And why this actually matters. So in a workflow, you are air traffic control. In an agent, the LLM becomes the air traffic control. You give a goal and it figures out how. So 2 quick illustrations to make this concrete. Example 1, we have a social content agent. And what would be our goal here? So give me 2 LinkedIn posts and 1 Instagram caption every weekday from relevant industry news. Agent behavior, it picks trusted source you set, stores reference, maybe in a sheet, drafts the content, auto-critiques the hook, tone, hashtags, and length, iterates until the criteria are met, and then hands you the final copy. It can even schedule the post. Example 2 is a vision agent. You search your video library for a skier, and a traditional system needs someone to pre-tag clips with labels like ski, snow, and mountain. A vision agent instant reasons about what a skier looks like, acts by scanning frames, indexes the right segments and services them. No manual tagging. The interface looks simple, the intelligence is doing heavy lifting backstage, and notice a pattern. You set the outcome, the agent decide pathways. So now I'll do a recap. So let's put 3 levels side by side. Level 1, LLMs, input, output, great with a language. Limited access to private data, passive. Level 2, workflows, input plus a path you design. The system uses tools you specify and follows your steps. You are the decision maker and you have the deterministic route. And level 3, agents. You set a goal, the LLM decides the plan, uses tools, evaluates result, and iterates until the goal is met. The LLM is the decision maker, agentic, and that's a meaningful jump from smart autocomplete to autonomous helper. So when to use which? So you use an LLM when you need language work fast, like drafting, summarizing, translating quick ideas. And you use a workflow when you need repeatable steps across the known tools, like fetch calendar info, check weather, update a sheet, send an email, the path is clear. And you use an agent when the goal is clear but the path is a bit fuzzy. You gather sources, you decide tools dynamically, you critique the output, and you iterate to a target quality and hands you the package result. So simple rule of thumb, clarity of steps leads you to workflows, and clarity of outcomes, ambiguity of steps leads you to agents. Now I'll discuss about the guardrails and the reality checks. So agents are powerful, but they are not magic. So you add guardrails. So what exactly are guardrails? So first you have permissions. So you be explicit about what AI agent can access. So it could be your files, emails, calendars, API. Second, you have budgets and limits. So you can cap API calls, model usage, and runtime. Third is transparency, which is log actions and decisions that you can audit what happened. Fourth is evaluation. Define simple quality checks like, is the summary factually grounded? Are links valid? And let the AI agent self-check before shipping. And fifth is human in the loop. For sensitive tasks, require approval before the final action. So think of agents as a junior teammate, like give them a clear goal, provide tools, set boundaries, and review the first runs, and they learn your standards quickly. That's the best part about it. Now you want momentum? Well, try one of these this week. So what you can try is you can create a research to post pipeline where an AI agent finds 3 credible articles on a topic you choose, drafts 2 LinkedIn posts and 1 Instagram caption, self-critiques for tone and length, and drops them into your social scheduler. Second, you could go with QA agent over your knowledge base, where you could upload FAQs or documents and the agent answers queries with citations and flags, low confidence answers for review. And third, you can create an inbox triage where an agent prioritizes emails, suggests draft replies, escalates anything urgent with a quick summary in Slack or Teams. So build one and you'll feel the difference between do this step and achieve this outcome. Now I'll also explain you some of the common misconceptions that people and researchers have. So the myth one is agents replace people, and the reality, they replace drudgery, copy pasting, checking links, formatting, so people can do the judgment and creativity. Myth 2, agents will run wild, and reality, only if you let them. With permissions, logging, budgets and approvals, they're like using cruise control, not a runway car. Myth 3, you need a huge stack to start. And the reality, start with a single goal, a few tools you already use, and a simple success criteria, and improve from there. Now in our upcoming videos, we'll build both workflows and agents side by side. So you can see the difference, feel the time savings, and adopt what fits your work today. At NIIT, our mission is simple: help you convert emergent tech into repeatable capability, so you deliver more value in less time with less friction. So tell us in the comments which build you want next: a research assistant agent, a content calendar agent, or a sales inbox agent that prioritizes replies. And I'm Kushagra from NIIT. Thanks for watching. And if this helped, like the video, subscribe, and share it with one of the teammates who's always busy. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.